Well, we're inching closer and closer to another government shutdown as Democrats rightfully are not going to give Donald Trump the money that he wants for his border wall. And the corporate media is loving this. I mean, CNN on their website has a big countdown to the next shutdown. So they love this. The corporate media feasts upon it, not giving a single crap about any of the workers who are going to be impacted or the economic damage that's going to be done from another shutdown. They love people coming back looking at that little countdown clock to when things are gonna go bad. But here's the thing. The White House understands they're not going to get the money that they want from the Democrats. So acting chief of staff to Donald Trump, Mick Mulvaney, is actually working with a couple of folks from the budget office right now in the White House, and they're trying to come up with a plan, basically identifying several different areas where Donald Trump can issue an executive order and then steal money from other projects without having to get approval from Congress, and then spend that money on his border wall. That's what they're working on right now. And lawyers in the White House are trying to come up with a plan to defend this in court because they know that it's not going to fly. They know that this would be hugely illegal, but they still want to be prepared for it, and they kind of want the president to do it anyway because he's being advised right now by, again, Mick Mulvaney, who is one of the most corrupt and incompetent people the Republican Party has ever had to offer. And here's where the story gets a little more twisted. The projects that they have identified where they're going to take money away from include the following: relief efforts for Puerto Rico, flood control projects in Northern California, wildfire relief funds for California, and military housing funds. To put that another way, in case you're not familiar with that's the funds that the government uses to build new homes for military families, for active duty service members, homes for them to live in. But we're going to take that money away. We're going to take money away from California that has been ravaged by floods and fires and droughts and every other natural disaster you could imagine. We're going to take that away because Trump hates California. And of course, Puerto Rico, still struggling, almost 2 years past Hurricane Maria. We're just going to cut off the spigot of cash to them, even though we've given them hardly anything to rebuild the island. We're going to send them a giant middle finger instead and say, we're taking your money and we're going to build a border wall that most people in this country don't even want. That is what the Trump administration is working on right now. That is something that they are going to attempt to do because they believe, according to reports, that this would be an easier legal battle than him declaring a national emergency and then pretty much still stealing the money from those exact same funds in order to build his border wall. However this plays out, these areas, these specific budget items that the Trump administration has targeted for cutting are absolutely vital for these areas. Puerto Rico needs money. They need help. They need funds. We should be doing something. These are American citizens. And hell, even if they weren't, they're still human beings and they deserve help. California. We had an entire city, ironically named Paradise, that's gone because of the fires. Gone. They need help. Flood control projects in areas of California. Desperately needed, especially as we continue to destroy the planet. But nope, not going to do that. We're not going to invest in new homes for our troops, the people that we're likely going to send down to Venezuela to go fight another war for oil, this time in a different part of the world. We don't care about them once they're back home. We just want to make sure they can secure that Venezuelan oil. That's what the Trump administration is telling us. And they're doing it. They're starving these needed projects of money for one reason and one reason only, because they want to score a few more points with right-wing conservative pundits. Never forget that that is what this entire fight is all about. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.